years ago, precisely 22 years ago, when me and my roommate in Gurgaon, we used to struggle a lot figuring out how to go about our daily cooking, right? We were constrained by and handicapped by our lack of skill, knowledge, time, and of course, willingness to go and cook. So after a lot of colossal failures and trials, we figured out a supremely magic masala that we tried putting into everything that we cook, be it the veggies, the curries, the fries, and whatnot. Life for us, the bachelor life for us, kind of transformed overnight. We were excited about our intelligent, indigenous innovation. Life was sorted. So what happens next? We'll come to that in a bit in the end, so stay tuned. Meanwhile, here are some big words that we have, AI, transformation, innovation, strategy. Let's try and understand that for a bit. I believe innovation and transformation, sort of like Jay and Viru. We all know Jay and Viru. Anyone in the audience? Any show of hands? Can't see. All right, great audience, love you. So innovation and transformation are sort of the Jay and Viru unmistakably going hand in hand, kind of complementing and supplementing each other as they go. Both of them bring in a change. Change is a very favorite go-to word for many of us here, including mine. So Jay and Viru, innovation, transformation, they bring about a lot of change, but like any serious friendship, they also have their differences. While innovation arguably is the ability to do something new and implement it, transformation can be oversimplified as sort of a shift from the old way of doing things to new, mostly better, right? And at JCPenney, we embrace both of this in a very serious and harmonious way. Innovation for us is the overarching broad canvas where anything and everything new and novel rolls up to. Now, it can be a simple script that changes a business process very effectively in a small incremental way. It can be an RBA that alters and betters a workflow, and then we scale it up through the larger spectrum. Or it can be a completely new, radically disruptive idea, a new way of doing things, and that's what we call transformation. Now, AI is a very new character in this story. We are learning about it, and it's learning about us in a much faster way. It's powerful, it's relentless, it seamlessly understands, mingles with everyone and everybody, probably at a step ahead of us. We are still learning about it. But the question is, how do we take something like this, which is apparently flawless and extremely potent, and mix this with our Jay and Viru? The story changes here. AI as a comprehensive and cohesive strategy for innovation and transformation, in my opinion, is a big responsibility. Now, as we look into it, there are many granular themes that emerge, but as we are exploring, we could kind of broadly divide it into four big themes. Let's try and understand them one by one. The first one that we can pick up is alignment and readiness. Alignment to the strategies and readiness of the organization. Now, as we all know, innovation and transformation, of course, has a very well set objectives and goals. What's important is to have a charter for AI and then make sure we know how AI is contributing to deliver those goals and objectives for innovation and transformation. It can be through incremental improvements, it can be through disruptive innovation, or it can be through long-term transformative changes. But what's important is to ensure that we have all the strategies perfectly aligned together. To ensure people in organization are ready to take all of these things on, it always helps to have a champion. Next up, let's talk about data. What does my data ecosystem look like? Is it scalable? Is it robust? Having the right data, the data quality, the data integrity is at the core of it. Setting the data standards right in the beginning, at the onset, is very important. And I think, once we have the entire data sorted, what's more important is also the tech stack that we are enabling should be seamlessly integrated and then also scalable at a later stage. That forms the backbone of our data strategy within the whole AI strategy space. Next up, we can talk about choices. Choices of the experiments that we do. Where should we be using AI? What should AI be doing? Now, it's one thing to understand that you can use AI for anything and everything just because everybody else is doing, but what is more important is to understand which of our innovation use cases can be accentuated by the infusion of AI, which ones of our transformational tracks can be accelerated by the infusion of AI. It can be engaging more customers. It can be enhancing our experience. It can be refining our data and analytics, or driving operational excellence. Whatever is the reason, the aspect, it is very important to understand where we are using AI and in what track. And last but not the least, ethics and compliance. It can be overwhelming for some of us who, at times, like me, grapple with the nuances. But let's understand, it's not optional. We spoke in the beginning, right? It's a responsibility. I mean, just think of OpenAI's Sora, right? I'm sure many of us are Googling it right now. So ethics and compliance is very important. We need to set the data privacy norms at the onset and not as an afterthought. So like these four, there are many themes that can be more granular. But as we are looking at AI as a lever for innovation and transformation in the larger scheme of things, the four big strategies, as we just spoke about: alignment and readiness of the organization, data with all its quality, its integrity and availability, choices of the experiments that we do, ethics and compliance, right? We do have some time, so possibly I can come back to my story of that magic masala that we spoke about. The intelligent innovation that me and my friend did, which transformed our bachelor days. We kind of savored and relished that for over a few months, kind of became obsessed with that to the extent that it kind of replaced the quintessential pickle in our plate. And then finally, we had the audacity of inviting my friend's longtime girlfriend over for a dinner. We poured our heart out to cook all her favorite dishes and generously sprinkled the masala in everything. I still remember that evening. It was sweet of her. She came in, she took a small spoon, kind of checked in all the food that was out there on the table, looked at both of us, and left. Our intelligent innovation kind of was just busted. My friend never got to meet her again. We never used that masala again. Till date, my friend thinks that we were not intelligent enough. I feel we probably were not responsible enough. Thank you for being patient.